I will be a way better father than Zach.
You so sure about that?
I'm as sure of that as I'm sure that that is my child in your belly.
We do not know that yet.
All right, Sistas fans. Now, this video is an interesting. It was kind of like a question, or not necessarily a theory, but I wanted to get feedback on the idea of whether or not you believe Aaron is actually in love with Karen, or is he more so pursuing her to prove to her, and maybe even more selfishly himself, that he's a better man than Zach. Not even that, oh, I'm the better choice for you, Karen. I'm the better pick. I'll be the better man for you than Zach. But no, I think that it's more so an ego thing. Because if you ask me, maybe late season 1 and even season 2, I would have said, oh, without a doubt, Aaron definitely has feelings for Karen, and, without question. But I feel like the moment he walked in on those two in the salon, and he was made to be second fiddle, because I think Karen was like, I'm sorry, I just need some space or some time. And Aaron was like, no, you know what? I will give you. He wasn't even angry that he walked in on the two and saw what he saw. He was like, fine, I'll give you the time and space you needed. And if you pay attention, this was one of the first times where we really began to see the spiral of Aaron, in that he would always say to Karen, oh, I'll back off. I'll give you the space you need. I'll give you the time you need. But then, if I remember correctly, that same night, he came over. Well, continuity-wise, it was the same night. But in terms of show production, it was early season 3, where he showed up at Karen's door drunk. And then he even stripped down naked, and she was like, put your clothes back on. I'll make you some coffee. So pretty much, he even admitted that stunt was just to prove that he was better than Zach. And I felt like ever since then, Aaron felt like he was competing, because up until that point, Karen was just brushing off Zach anytime he would show up at her house, or, roll up on his bicycle or what have you. Karen would just, dismiss him. But ever since, Aaron saw those two going at it in the salon, and then of course, Karen found out about Fatima and whatnot, that's when she's been, more focused on him. I mean, even before that, if I'm not mistaken, there were times where they would be in bed together and she would be screaming out, Zach, Zach. But in context, that didn't make sense, because she was having nightmares about being attacked by Bean in her house. And, Zach saved her life after he got stabbed and whatnot. So at that point, it made sense. And, time and time again, we said that we still haven't had Karen process or deal with those traumatic events. But regardless, it just seems that as time went on, Aaron became more, I guess you could say, preoccupied with not just convincing himself, but convincing Karen that, hey, stop paying attention to Zach. I'm right here. Hey, God told me you're the woman for me. Here's some flowers. Here's some Chinese food. Here's some ice cream. Didn't he even at one point, put in a movie, and then at the end of the movie, Karen was like, wait a minute, Aaron, did you show me that movie because it had the main character? She had to decide between the good man and then her love, but he was an ex-con and whatnot. Pretty much as a metaphor, basically, or a movie that mirrored Karen's choice, either picking the ex-con Zach or the good man Aaron. And then in the most recent episode, I'm sure I'll be a much better father than Zach. Are you sure? Well, I don't know. We don't know. It's hard to say, because we've only seen Zach in the relationship perspective, and he wasn't the best boyfriend to Karen. He had his moments, but that was it. But we've never seen him be a father, so it's hard to judge that. Now, when it comes to Aaron, yeah, he had children with Fawn, but it turns out those weren't his biological kids. Hence why Fawn's family took custody of them or whatnot. So we don't even know when it comes to Aaron how he would be as a father. And I just feel like Karen has preoccupied getting Zach back over her feelings for Aaron. And Aaron, in some ways, the reason he's probably doing so much is to just show Karen that, hey, I'm here. Which is interesting because she made a point to say to Zach that I need someone who's going to be there for me, not just after he, nuts while we're having sex and then he rolls over and goes to sleep. I need somebody to hold me, to pay attention to me when I speak. And it's like Aaron was already doing all those things, but I feel like he dialed it up to 11 just to, again, show Karen that he's the better man. And as a result, the more he pushes, the more that she's aggressive towards him, but not in a sexy way. But it's like, would you go on somewhere, Aaron? It's just interesting because it just goes back to how Tyler Perry dropped the ball with this character, because he's just simp to, the extreme. I mean, his priority doesn't seem to be, oh, wow, I hope I'm the father of this baby so I can be a great dad and everything. It's just to show Karen that, hey, you're so focused on Zach, you eliminate the possibility of me being the father. So let me prove I am the dad, and, that'll be that. I mean, he's thinking this baby is going to just wipe Karen's memory of Zach altogether, but it's not. I mean, how many times has Aaron, he's a walking contradiction, but it's no fault of him. It's just the way Tyler writes these characters. Like, how many times have I already said, not just me, but fans have said, isn't it ridiculous how in one scene, and we're talking the same episode here, at, maybe during like the 12-minute mark of an episode, Maurice will tell Sabrina, child, I'm tired of you and Calvin doing this high school back and forth nonsense, and you need to focus on this guy. He got more money in the bank. And then let's go to like the 36-minute part of the episode, and Maurice all of a sudden will go, so Sabrina, when are you going to talk to Calvin again? It's the same thing with Aaron. Hey, Karen, it's okay if you're upset. You couldn't get your closure with Zach and whatnot, and it just takes time to move on. And I will agree for the people who like, hey, I love Karen and y'all need to cut her some slack. I agree that not enough time has passed for her to get over Zach, but at the same time, she needs to leave him alone. Like showing up at his place and whatnot. Zach did the same shit. I am not denying that. But it's just the way that Karen's being written that makes it weird, because she seemed to be the more put together character. She's not perfect, but she had more composure than Zach. It's in the same way that Fatima's actions at Hayden's place felt completely wrong, because Fatima's more put together than that. She's had her moments, but nothing like what we saw at Hayden's. So, for Aaron just to say, hey, I understand, I'll give you time, I'll give you space, he doesn't do that. He's very intrusive. He's more so about proving why he's the better pick than allowing Karen the time and space to see that. Hey, I don't know. It's ridiculous. But what do you think? I think he does have feelings for Karen, but I've said this last year that he's like Gary 2.0. I mean, Cheeto even said in a couple interviews, like, Gary's character is like when he wants something, he'll do whatever it takes to win, to get it. But even his sex therapist pointed out a good point. I mean, maybe the reason you can't have sex with Andy is because you have her now. I mean, the thrill, when you were married and whatnot, and having that unrequited love, or not unrequited, that forbidden love, that's what made it, thrilling and the sex great. But now that you're engaged, now that you're together, now that you're living with her, it just doesn't feel the same. The hunt is over. That's pretty much what it's like with Aaron, in that, oh, now I got to prove myself. It's like, I had Karen right where I wanted her, but then the moment she was in the salon with Zach, that was a wrap. But I mean, then it got to the point where he proposed and everything and wanted to get married, but that just felt like a get out of sin free card, where we wouldn't be having sinful sex because we're actually in a relationship. I mean, we're actually in a marriage. So it's just, I don't know. there are some times where it's like, yeah, Aaron is definitely the guy for Karen, but then other times it's like, Karen, head for the hills, or Aaron, you need to go on somewhere because this chick ain't feeling you like that. And it's kind of funny because I saw somebody post this in the Sistas group, something along the lines of, the way Karen is treating Aaron, bet if he started, talking to another woman, she would trip over her own 2 feet trying to get him back. And I feel like, yeah, the moment he starts giving foot rubs to another woman, that's when she's going to be like, no, come back. But it's like, no, I mean, you wanted space, you needed time, you needed this and that. But now that I'm talking with somebody, this girl over here, now all of a sudden, you want me back. I mean, hell, after that, after she told him she was pregnant in the back room of the salon when he was rubbing her foot, it was like, I need space, but I also want you to be here. But I need to be single. And it's like, wait, what? I don't know. But let me know what you think. Do you think Aaron really loves Karen, or is he more preoccupied with proving that he's the better man for her than Zach? So thanks so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And with that being said, that's all I got for you. Please leave some good comments below. I want to read some theories on this. And I'll talk to you in the next video.